My name is David Sandler, and this is my video post for ENES464. First things first, I want to apologize for using my cell phone here. My webcam isn't working properly right now. I visited Los Amigos Latin Market. It is at 5003 Greenbelt Road, and as the name suggests, it is a Latin market, but that's a little bit not really what they are. I view them more as a Mexican market, specifically. I think they say Latin just to try and cater to a larger audience, but the store is very clearly oriented towards Mexicans. Most of its products are of Mexican variety. For instance, they have a music section. It has salsa, norteño, durango, gruperos, and those are all Mexican musics. They have piñatas on the ceiling. They have Mexican soccer team jerseys there. They sell their own special line of Mexican spices. They're very clearly a Mexican store. And as I was just kind of going through, they do have a wider inventory with more than just Mexican goods. So the Latin market could be applicable to the fact that they have Latin fruit such as papayas. They carry a great deal of Goya products. They have chorizo, a variety of things that not just Mexicans would want, but there's a heavy emphasis towards Mexican cultural products. And as I was kind of pointing out with the music, they carry a lot more than just food. They carry the music, they carry sports equipment such as cleats, belts, some Mexican traditional dresses I saw that they were selling. So not just food, but a variety of cultural items that you wouldn't be able to find pretty much anywhere else I can imagine. I don't really know what other sort of store would carry Mexican cultural goods. Some of the main surprises for me about the store was how dirty it was, to be entirely honest. That the store was very small, there wasn't any sort of decoration, it was very plain, it looked like it hadn't been updated in years, and it had this kind of musky smell to it. It wasn't very a pleasant place for me to be, but I'm realizing that maybe some of the people who shop at these Mexican or Latin markets have a lower standard than most people here for sanitary goods. And it's not hard to believe that Mexican buyers would have a lower sanitary standard on average than American buyers. So they had food that looked like it had been out for a little bit too long in terms of some fruit. The meat locker didn't have a thermometer. When I put my hand on the glass, it felt a little bit too warm. And to connect this to the themes of the class, the globalization, entrepreneurship, and innovation, the big one for me is that this sort of market and the niche that it's filling with the Latin community of this area of PG County and Berwyn Heights wasn't there all that long ago. And it's really showing you how you now have these displaced groups of people, and now you have needs of people that didn't exist 20 years ago, 30 years ago for international goods in areas that they weren't really needed before. I'm pretty sure that the original people who lived in this area didn't necessarily want to buy Mexican and Latin goods, but now you have plenty of recent immigrants to the area who do. And this opens up the avenues for the entrepreneurs, because this is clearly run by a family or just one guy. I wasn't sure if he had any family members. I just talked to one male owner. And how he could fill that role. It seemed like he started more as a Mexican market and turned into a Latin market, if I had to guess based off of the way that certain things were labeled around his store. And knowing that, you know that these single entrepreneurs have a greater ability to change around their stores and be innovative. I'm not sure that if he was a chain Mexican market, he'd have this flexibility to just kind of sell whatever sort of goods he thinks would sell. For instance, the Spanish music section I found very interesting, because you don't really see that CDs for one, and two, just Mexican music being sold many places. I imagine that's a draw because it takes up such a large portion of his store. But in terms of the globalization factor, it's pretty much wrap that up. Actually, I was just talking over myself. Have a nice day, and thank you.